This channel is sponsored by Loot Crate, the monthly subscription box that's always filled with surprises for gamers and geeks alike. If you're interested, go to lootcrate.com/hawk525, and after choosing your crate, type in promo code HAWK525 for a 10% discount. The link and promo code will be in the description box below. Thanks guys, and hope you enjoy the show. Alright, what is up everyone? Sean here with Danny.
What's up?
And we are back with our experiences with Justice League. Finally, the movie is out. It's been like, what, a week or so now?
Yeah, since Thursday.
Thursday?
So, yeah, almost a week.
Yeah.
5-6 days, yeah.
Yeah, so, just about that.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's start with you, since you started with the Batman versus Superman review in our very first movie review. So you want to take that honor?
Okay, what I think, well, I've been looking forward to this movie for a long time. I've been a big fan of DC, in particular Batman, because when I was a kid, I would always watch the Batman animated series.
Right.
When that was on TV, and I would always watch that like after school. And like it brought back so many good memories. I always had fond memories about that cartoon. And then later on, I watched Superman, and then after that was the Justice League cartoon.
Yes.
But it all started with Batman. So
Batman
represented right here. Batman. I've always been a more of a Batman person. And I was disappointed with BVS, Batman vs Superman.
Well, of course.
That was a big disappointment for me. I was expecting much more.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to say that Justice League, for me, it was much better than Batman vs Superman. Yeah. Not to say it was a great film, but it was much better than BVS.
Oh yeah.
And I enjoyed it a lot more. The story was even though it was pretty simple, it was more understandable, more straightforward.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for the most part, there were more superheroes obviously to work with. I thought all the actors did a fine job with their acting. Ben Affleck still, he still nails it with Batman. He was a different character in this one than BVS. Where in BVS he was more, like, I want to get revenge. I'm so mad. Spider-Man. Superman. Sorry, Superman has to die.
It's okay. Super and Spider.
Yeah. So he was really out there trying to kill. Again, Superman.
Superman.
And but in this one, he's more. Calm down, since Superman is dead.
Yeah.
He's
the conflict is over.
Conflict is over. He's more laid back now. Yeah. And he's trying to bring the group together along with Wonder Woman. Them two, they want to bring the group together. They want to recruit Cyborg and Flash to unite the Justice League in order to fight
Aquaman.
In order to fight Steppenwolf.
Yeah.
That's that's pretty much the story.
Yeah, that's pretty much the story.
And it doesn't, get above that or anything. So that's pretty much it. So I thought the movie was good. It had some pretty good action scenes. I thought were very well done. There were a little bit of comedy moments too. That some were hit or miss. For the most part, they were a hit. It was there weren't any really good laugh out loud moments like I had with Thor. But still, some of the comedies hits. What else? The CGI I thought was also a hit or miss. But mostly for the most part, I thought CGI could have been done a lot better. For being a movie that cost $300 million, it really the CGI wasn't all that convincing at most. Yeah. It is a film directed by Zack Snyder. Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, before he had to step down due to a personal personal inconvenience. Yeah. A personal problem. And then the rest of the film was directed by Joss Whedon, who directed the first two Avenger films. And But I thought for the most part, you couldn't really tell it was directed by two different people. There were at times it was like the editing was kind of weird, kind of choppy. I don't know if I'm pretty sure you noticed that too.
Yeah,
you being a video editor and all that.
Yeah.
There were some awkward moments, especially with the comedy moments. You can tell that was like Joss Whedon right there, or when the action was all like dull and like you saw in the trailers where the sky was orange or red. That was all Zack Snyder right there.
Yeah.
But for the most part, overall, I thought the movie was good.
Yeah.
But not great.
I think you pretty much like nailed it on the head. It's like a good popcorn movie. Like you just pop it in and kind of just watch it. You don't really have to like think too much.
Exactly. Yeah.
You can just enjoy. Oh, look, there's Batman. Of course, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Flash, Cyborg, all in one screen.
Yes.
For the most part, and you can enjoy these heroes now in like live action, all in one movie, and and like you said, like comparing to Batman vs Superman anyway, because it is part of that same universe or same whatever.
Yeah, definitely.
Same line of films anyway.
Yeah.
It is an improvement, but as a standalone movie, it's pretty standard. Like the most standard movie that you can watch
for being a superhero.
For being a superhero movie,
like like an adventure type of film where all these superheroes assemble and like try to fight the main bad guy. It was pretty average.
Yeah, it was pretty average, including especially with the villain, like Steppenwolf, super average. Like he's just a very typical cardboard cutout super villain in this film, unfortunately.
Yeah, 100% agree with that.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate because like if you watch films like even for the first Avengers, Loki was pretty much like the villain.
Yeah,
Loki is like super. He's like out there, he stands out like a sore thumb. He kind of steals the show.
Oh yeah, definitely. He everyone loves him.
Yeah, and then in the second one, Ultron, he kind of steals the show too.
Yeah, in a way, yeah. Not as good as Loki, but Ultron was.
Yeah. Ultron is like he's a villain of his own right, in his own right.
Yeah.
Like Loki, he's his own. Like he's that comical villain in a way. And then Ultron is like menacing. He's very smart, intellect. Yeah. And he's like he actually has some morals, I guess, of his own. But he's like really interesting. He's a robot. He's got some emotions going on. Yeah. He wants to be his own being. That's what he wants to like take over the world to like make it his own.
Yes.
And blah blah blah. But Steppenwolf is just like, I'm a super villain. I'm a bad guy. I want to just take over the world just because,
just because, yeah.
Just literally that's what it is.
He was very lackluster, and his motivations it's like, okay, we're gonna stop you, but why? Why do you want to take over the world?
Yeah, just other than just because you're a supervillain, like,
yeah,
okay. You want a perfect world, cool, but like, is there more? Yeah. Like you just want more. You just asking more for Steppenwolf.
Yeah.
And like I had barely no idea who Steppenwolf is in the first place. So
yeah, exactly. I don't know. I guess the studio is trying to save up for build up to Darkseid, which is the main baddie, the Thanos of the DC universe.
Yeah, pretty much. And unfortunately, Doomsday's already been wasted.
Exactly.
Unless they bring in a different Doomsday, they're saying that that Doomsday was just fake or whatever. Like it was just a whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever plot convenience.
Yeah.
If they can do that, that'd be cool. But we're probably not gonna see Doomsday, unfortunately. But
no.
Well, we'll have to see about
I'm pretty
that.
sure he's gone, but
he's
you
gone.
never know.
We never know.
Yeah.
But yeah. So Steppenwolf, he's unfortunately not anything cool, anything like out of the ordinary. He's kind of just there. He's a villain for the sake of being a villain.
Yeah.
But this movie is all about the Justice League coming together. Batman, of course. Like you said, he's Batman and Wonder Woman are pretty much trying to bring these people together to help to save the world, defeat Steppenwolf, or just any evil in the future or whatever. But it's all about forming the group rather than Justice League fighting Steppenwolf. It's because I noticed that like these scenes with Batman trying to get Aquaman and or Wonder Woman trying to get Cyborg, they're pretty like pretty long, you know,
Yeah.
for what it is.
Well, that's what happens when you don't have any movies to build up to it before that.
Yeah.
Apart from Man of Steel, Wonder Woman, and BVS, but there was no like standalone Flash, Cyborg, no Aquaman. Man, we're gonna get those. We're gonna get those after Justice League.
Yeah.
But you know, they wanted to rush everything. The studio wanted to rush everything, and they wanted to try to catch up with Marvel. They're like, oh no, let's do Justice League right now.
Yeah.
Instead of going the Marvel route and building up different movies in order to get to the main team up movie.
Yeah, they pretty much like failed at the game of catch up.
Yeah.
You know, rather than trying to establish their own foot into the cinema universe.
Yeah.
Right. They're just trying to like catch up, like let's put Batman versus Superman, like morals, or Zack Snyder make this movie look good, like it felt like kind of bum rushed.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's the stance that we have to go off of with the DC universe now, and this is what we get. But for what it is, it was interesting enough. But I felt like a lot of it has been like it's not there, like that build up, that feel of like, okay, Batman is confronting Aquaman to help or convince him to join us or join a group. Same with Wonder Woman with Cyborg, like. We don't have much to go off of with Cyborg other than he got into an accident and the Mother Cube helped bring him back to life along with some cybernetic parts.
Yes.
That's it. That's like we don't really have anything to go off of Cyborg. Like, it seems like Cyborg could have been a very interesting like character, but unfortunately this is like what we're thrown at.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, like here's Cyborg, boom, and it's like, all right, cool.
Yeah. Exactly.
So yeah, unfortunately, like because of what they didn't do for the previous with the previous movies leading up to Justice League, if those scenes felt weaker than they didn't want them to be. Like obviously, it is supposed to be pretty meaningful, but it kind of just comes off as a little dry, a little subpar.
Yeah. And it shows too in the box office tickets, because this movie made $96 million domestically, and it's as of Sunday, the weekend box office, 96 million, which is very low compared to other movies, and for it being the Justice League, for it being that kind of movie, that costing so much money, being the ultimate DC team up movie. All this marketing going on, it failed to draw a lot of attention from people, especially after what happened with Suicide Squad and BVS. They weren't very well received.
Yeah.
And even though in the Rotten Tomatoes, Justice League was well received than those two other movies, it was still pretty low, like around grade, maybe like in the low 40s, I think, high 30s. And so that also made a lot of people not want to go see it. They just are like, okay, I'm not going to even bother.
Yeah, I noticed that on Twitter too. Like a lot of people kind of reflected that kind of feeling, which is unfortunate. But as we saw it, it's just a pretty standard movie. It's not bad.
No, not at all. Like I always say, I don't listen to the critics.
Yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes, all that stuff, critic reviews. I don't really pay attention to that. Like they can say whatever they want. A lot of people didn't like it, but I don't think this movie at all deserves that rating. It's rated an F. I don't rate this movie as an F. I thought it's not a great movie, but it's not a horrible movie.
No,
like I said, it's average.
It's average.
Average. It's good. It's good. It has its good moments. It has awesome moments, and it has its dull moments. But for the most part, I really enjoyed this movie.
Yeah.
Well, not so much as I did with Thor, but I did enjoy the parts that they had here. A little bit of comedy, a little bit of a whole lot of action that was well done.
Yeah.
But there were at times, the pacing was off. It did drag a little bit, especially in the beginning. Sometimes you don't know what was going on with the character introductions. But and the story was pretty straightforward. But it's not a bad movie at all.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. Like I left pretty much pretty satisfied.
Yeah.
I left the theater satisfied.
It was pretty much what you're saying is like how I feel with Justice League. Definitely. Yeah, but back on to the other scenes and stuff like that, like or the other things about it. Of course, music is kind of forgettable. It's kind of just there in the background. The cinematography and stuff like that is pretty straightforward. Nothing really to go off of too much.
A lot of green screen.
A lot of green screening.
A lot of green screen.
Yeah, a lot of green screening.
Especially in the scene when well, no, sorry, I don't. That's a spoiler. I don't want to say that, but there are a lot of scenes in the movie where you can really tell it's a green screen, and it was very like it was okay.
Yeah, a little.
I see that green screen. Okay.
Yeah,
and without spoiling much, it was like for example. It was in a movie, but it's not really a spoiler. They're at at a park, and they could have filmed that scene in real life at actual park.
Yeah.
But instead, they decided to go with green screen for some reason, and you can really tell. You can really tell it was in the back. It was all like green, fake looking, and it's just like it was so hard to film that. Go out to the park, build a set.
Yeah.
Build a little set, but outside in the park.
Yeah.
And not just in a studio.
Obviously, you can do like the things where like the effects to the sky, but like at least like still film out at park, have like real trees and shit, whatever, the greens and all that stuff. Like it already feels a lot more lively than like what the prequels have done for Star Wars and all those other movies that filmed on the fucking green screen. It just feels so fake, and like unfortunately you see a good chunk of that in Justice League, which is also all the more like people kind of think of it as like like a pretty low standard movie for like superhero movie anyway. And like and especially the climax where you see in the trailer where you see the big battle, like the sky was orange and it's just a lot of orange, not a whole lot of color, unfortunately. There's a lot of reds, oranges, browns, and I'm just like,
like this is definitely Zack Snyder. Like this, he wiped his dick all over the movie. And
even I don't know, even like Watchmen, which is another film he directed. I remember it as more colorful than that for some reason, and I don't know. Here it's just like very bland, uninspired, unfortunately, and it's just way too much orange or whatever. Like I don't know. There should have been a lot more color than that. Like Wonder Woman. You remember Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
That was way more colorful than this movie can ever be.
Yeah, and it's weird because that takes place during World War I.
Yeah.
When it's all like smoke and gray and stuff, but somehow they managed to make the movie more colorful than this movie.
Yeah, this movie felt a lot more like a World War II movie would look like, like it's pretty gray, like especially when Batman talks to Aquaman, that whole that scene, like the background and shit, pretty fucking washed out, you know, and then the scene with Wonder Woman and Cyborg, pretty fucking same color as kind of background as well.
And also that fight that you see in the trailer when they're in the sewer in the underground tunnel, the whole sequence, the whole fight, it was just all one color. A lot of one colored scenes, unfortunately. Of course. With the Marvel films, they do a pretty damn good job with all the colors and stuff. Oh yeah, well lately, especially Thor. That had a lot of color.
Definitely, they amped up the color on that one. Unfortunately, visually, it's pretty uninspiring to look at in terms of colors and stuff like that.
For it being a $300 million movie,
it doesn't really show. I feel like Transformers, looks more expensive than it is, but it really isn't. Yeah. And here, Justice League, it feels kind of like a cheaper. Not saying a $500,000 movie by any means, but it's just cheaper than it actually is.
That's also one of the things that that really got me down after watching the Justice League. Even though I left the theater satisfied for the most part. there were a lot of moments where I was just like, damn, the effects, you can totally tell, it's all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Like they didn't do a damn good job. And after I found out it cost $300 million to make the movie, I was even more like what the hell? Like where did all the money go?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the money went to the costumes themselves. I feel the costumes themselves, for the most part, look pretty cool. Like Aquaman's armor looked pretty cool. I liked it. The individual heroes look fine to me. Like Cyborg looks like what you expect.
Yeah, I thought they did a pretty good job on Cyborg. There were a lot of people that were saying that he didn't look that good, but I thought he looked pretty solid.
Yeah.
And I really like the Flash's armor.
Flash looked pretty cool too. Yeah. And that's another thing. Speaking of Flash, I did want to talk about Flash a bit too. It seems like a lot of his humor was, to me, felt like kind of pushed forward a lot.
Okay.
Like it seemed a little forced. Like, okay, they're trying to make Flash that kind of character, like like Spider-Man or who's another comical character, or Tony Stark or whatever. Not a little bit like
more towards like Spider-Man.
Spider-Man,
like Peter Parker.
Yeah, especially with like Flash or Barry Allen. Pointing to the sky, like, oh, hey, it's the bat signal. That means we gotta go. Like, okay.
He's like he's like the little kid. Yeah. Like, doesn't know much. He's the rookie, the newbie in the team. I don't know how old he's supposed to be in the movie, but
he's the youngest.
He looks like he's the youngest, obviously.
Yeah.
Or maybe it could be Cyborg, but he acts like Barry Allen
young
acts
one,
like the young one.
The kid
he's always so jumpy, like, oh yeah, look at you, oh, it's Batman. How's your signal? Like,
like they're trying to like shove Flash to be that kind of character, and I really felt that, it felt like they're really pushing Flash to be that kind of character, and was like, okay, all right, I get it. Okay, you can kind of like try to push it back a bit. So that's kind of like my criticism towards Flash. Barry Allen himself kind of was fine, but like the way they try to handle him in the film is like, okay, all right, I get it. I get it. He's that kind of character, but stop it. You know? And Aquaman, I don't know. I have like mixed feelings about him. Like he kind of like Aquaman that I know. He's supposed to be like super diplomatic. He's like pretty. Well, professional is not probably like a weird word to describe him, but you know how he is. He's like very diplomatic. He's kind of like a king,
more like mature.
Mature, sort of like he like okay. Look, in this film, Aquaman is kind of like the redneck. He's kind of like
yeah. He's like he acts like a bro.
A bro, like
what's up, dude?
Yeah, but without actually saying it. But he's like he's like kind of that kind of character too.
Yeah, it's like my man.
My man. Yeah, exactly.
Like the tough dude. Kind of guy, kind of superhero.
Yeah,
and totally different from the cartoons.
Yeah,
even though he did have that long hair, shirtless in the cartoon, he didn't act like that in the Justice League.
Yeah, I don't mind him not being blonde, but his character was something that bothered me a lot too throughout the film. There are parts where I did like him, but there are some like very I guess like I don't know, like it's kind of hard to exactly describe it, but a lot of scenes with him, there were a number of scenes with him where it's like, I don't know if this character really fits with Aquaman. There's a personality fits with Aquaman, but there are some cool parts with him swimming around and shit, and didn't really get to see him use his like actual powers, like he can talk to fish. Like you don't really see him talk to fish though.
I know, yeah.
Like even though like Batman's supposed to, he like poked fun at him for doing that. He didn't really do that. So I was like, what?
Well, he communicates more to the ocean.
The ocean, yeah.
That's what he communicates. Like, he can talk to fish and stuff, but he's mostly more connected to the
ocean, the water,
the water.
Yeah, but I don't know. It just seems like it didn't really happen. So I was like, why would Batman make fun of him for that anyway? You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, they kind of like felt like they really forced that like joke, from that comic book to like here. So if it would have made sense if Aquaman actually used the power to communicate with the ocean to help control the fish to do whatever the fuck he wanted it to do, or like
Yeah.
or a shark or whatever.
Yeah.
Because there's a pretty good amount of Aquaman swimming on the water and him fighting Steppenwolf on the water too.
Yeah.
Like he even tried to get help from like a sharks or whatever animal, sea animal that can, you know, or that's, you know, on the predatory side that can possibly even, you know, help him against Steppenwolf.
Mm-hmm.
It's just him. That's it.
Yeah.
You know. So I feel like I just really didn't, you know, do too well with Aquaman in a lot of those parts. So I'm a little disappointed on Aquaman, but yeah, it's they could have handled Aquaman a lot better. Let's just say that much.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he was fine. You know, I didn't have that many problems with him. What he did, you know, he did what he did, and
yeah, of course he did what he did.
I'm not, you know, at all a Aquaman fan. You know, I know he's in the Justice League and like in the cartoons and stuff, of course. And but you know, I thought they did him pretty good. You know, I thought the actor he did a pretty good job. You know, portraying this different Aquaman. So I didn't really find a problem with him.
Yeah. It's just that kind of like handling on the character kind of stung me in the wrong way. So it's just like, yeah, I'm a little soured about Aquaman. Cyborg was okay. He's all right. I think
Cyborg was cool. I like Cyborg.
Yeah, like you feel more towards Cyborg because what he's been going through. Like okay, he was this, you know, high school student. He was like, you know, he you know, was a good football player. He's really smart. Like and then all of a sudden, there's this, you know, terrible accident that happened, you know, with his father. You know, and he tried to revive him or whatever.
Yeah, he lost his mom in the accident.
And he lost his mom in the accident too. So yeah, I feel like, you know, Cyborg was a cooler character because he does have some like backstory.
Yeah.
More backstory.
He's mostly machine, but there's a lot of human in him too.
Yeah.
He's very emotional, and I thought, you know, that also the actor for Cyborg, he did a fantastic job.
Yeah, I like Cyborg
with his character. You know, I did like him, even though you don't really see him use his powers a lot. You know, his robotic arm and stuff. But I was satisfied with what he did, and I'm really excited for the standalone Cyborg movies coming out in the future.
Yeah, I like Cyborg a lot more than Aquaman. Let's just say, I think like out of, you know, Flash, Aquaman, or Cyborg, I like Cyborg the most, and then Flash second, because I do like Flash himself. He's, you know, super fast. The Speed Force itself is really interesting. Yeah, it's just like, in this movie, you know, they really pushed Barry Allen to be that kind of character, like I said before. So I'm just like, I was a little sour about that. And then Aquaman was just like, you know, overall. And gosh, what was it? Oh, and Wonder Woman is just Wonder Woman, you know, whatever. Like,
and Wonder Woman, it's Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
I liked her in BVS. I really liked her in Wonder Woman, her own movie.
Yeah,
and I also liked her here in Justice League, and she did a really fantastic job. Same with the actress, you know, really great acting right there. And yeah, she was no problem at all. I don't have any problem with her. She really carried the movie. You know, you can tell she was the leader of the group, and trying to command everyone, trying to you know, convince a Cyborg, and talk to another superhero that will on. And I thought she did very well.
Yeah, and same with Batman. Like, you know, I like Batman in this film. He did, it's more or less the Ben Affleck Batman that you expect, or Bruce Wayne or whatever. Yeah. I felt that he did fine. Yeah. You know, he did what he could, and I think he did a pretty good job with it. I definitely can't wait for the standalone Batman movie that's going to come out with Ben Affleck. So yeah, that's definitely something I would personally would look forward to.
Yeah, I felt Batman was a little bit lackluster here in the movie when it comes to the actual action scenes with Batman.
Yeah.
I felt like he could have done a lot more. I felt like he did more in the BVS warehouse fight scene than he did in Justice League.
Yeah, you're right.
He didn't have that many, hand combat scenes in
he did
movie.
a lot.
He was more, inside his machines, his crawler and his Batmobile.
Yeah. That's definitely a good thing to point out. Unfortunately, you're not gonna see Batman too much on the actual like combat side or whatever. He just kind of he is like the official leader, of course. He brought the Justice League together, but like he's the one who has no powers. He's very rich, very much. They even make a joke out of that in the movie.
Yeah,
and I think that was in the trailer, right?
It was.
Yeah, it was. So he can only do so much, and with this, he has no choice but to stick with the machines and stuff like that. He even has to steal someone's weapons to like fight.
To fight back, yeah.
Not too much like on the actual punching side and stuff like that. I felt like Batman vs Superman did a really good job on that. Like that one moment where Batman starts to rescue with Superman's mother. By beating the shit out of the fucking bad guys in the warehouse. That was so cool.
That was badass.
That was way cool.
The one shining light in that movie is that
fight scene.
That fight scene.
He goes to town on those motherfuckers.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, you don't really see that same effect with this movie. You see just the enemies as like the flying bugs and stuff like that. So you can't really have Batman do any badass stuff. They're all like up there. They're like pretty, I guess, powerful comparing to him. So he can't really do much. So just shoot them or shoot from the machine, the Batmobile or the crawl or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, unfortunately, on the combat side of Batman, you're not gonna really see much. You're just gonna see Batman in the beginning of the film, and then like him talking and try to convince the other heroes just keep it together and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's it, unfortunately. Yeah. So without I guess without spoiling it, I guess we can like try to kind of sum it up how we feel, and then give it a score before we dive into the real part of this review. So overall, I think it was a pretty decent movie at best. It's nowhere mind-blowing, but it's nowhere horrible either.
No.
By any means. Unfortunately, because of what it went through with BVS and all that stuff, that's where it is right now with all most people. Including the critics as well.
Yeah.
So that definitely doesn't help. But personally, for me, I would give it a score, a 7 out of 10. It's a decent film. It had pretty interesting enough scenes to kind of keep it together. It's a pretty simple story to follow.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you compare it to the other DC movies, anyway, it is like you said, is an improvement. And it turns out to be just a pretty standard movie. So it's a 7 out of 10 for me.
Yeah.
So what about you?
I would give it a solid 7 out of 10 also. In my opinion, right now at this current state, the best DC movie has to go to Wonder Woman. That was overall better made, better structured, better written, better directed than Justice League.
Yeah.
Justice League, as I said before, it is an improvement over other DC. I don't know. I would probably tie the same with Man of Steel though, because Man of Steel was good. Even though Man of Steel was flawed too, it had awesome moments. Definitely better than BVS, and I did enjoy it better than also Suicide Squad.
Yeah. So far for a DC movie, I think Wonder Woman takes the cake. That one has its own flaws too, like the weak side characters. Villain could have been better. At least I enjoyed Ares better than Steppenwolf.
Oh yeah, I know.
Because there's that that whole twist. But anyways, Wonder Woman, definitely it was the most enjoyable film so far. More color, more just really badass fight scenes too. I really like those fight scenes a lot more.
Yeah, somehow they made the special effects better in Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
it's
like
more
convincing. Yeah. Like now that I think about it, I think the part with Wonder Woman in the somewhere in the beginning was pretty fun to look, you know, because she was, you know, deflecting the bullets and just like, you know,
oh yeah,
beating
when
the
she's
bad guys.
yeah when she's stopping the bank robbers, yeah.
Yeah, that was like one of the cooler fight scenes I think in that film. So
Yeah.
but yeah. We'll talk more about that in the spoiler portion. So yeah, both of us gave it a 7 out of 10. If you guys are willing to see it, you guys won't be disappointed by any means.
Yeah, I don't.
Too much.
Yeah, I don't think you will be disappointed. I'd say go watch it. It's not at all, like we said before, it's not at all a bad film.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I think you'll leave the theater satisfied.
Yeah.
Unless you're like somehow like a hardcore DC fan that's really picky about stuff, you might find it disappointing.
Yeah.
But I think you should go watch it. You know, it I wouldn't go far out to say it's a must watch, but it's like you said earlier, it's a good popcorn flick. You know, it's pretty entertaining. It has really, really great scenes.
If you have kids with that want to watch, you know, some kind of superhero movie, then that's definitely a good movie to watch with the kids.
Yeah,
the kids will probably enjoy it too, because it's a much simpler story to follow. There's no really big morals going on.
If they can go through the beginning, which is a little bit of a drag.
Yeah, because the talking
introductions and stuff. Yeah. But you know, I think kids will for the most part enjoy the movie.
Yeah, just the fact that you know, these heroes already are together on screen. It's live action or whatever.
Yeah, it's like a kid's dream come true. Like, it's my dream come true. I've been wanting this kind of movie, Justice League real life, for a long time. I was hoping they would do it with the Christopher Nolan, Christian Bale Batman. Yeah,
that would have been cool.
Yeah, I wanted him to be part of the bigger Justice League.
Yeah, that has way more practical effects in there and super convincing.
Oh, those were like the best superhero movies ever made.
Yeah.
Dark Knight, Batman Begins, all that.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that's never gonna happen. So we're gonna be stuck with this Batman from now on, Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
And from what I've heard, he's not gonna be sticking around for too long. But we'll see. You never know. We'll see.
So yeah, that's pretty much it for the review. Without spoiling it, so we're gonna go ahead and discuss about the spoilers. So if you guys haven't seen already, you guys can try to go watch it on your own time. And thank you very much for tuning in for this part of the review. So now we're gonna go to the spoiler portion. Now this time I'm not gonna go bit by bit with the story like I did with the previous spoilers for previous movies. We're just gonna I do want to just talk about like the key scenes that happen in the film. You know, that I definitely want to talk about. So. So first off, or the biggest like twist or spoiler in that movie is that Superman comes back.
Yeah,
I actually did not expect Superman to come back so soon.
Okay, yeah.
I
knew he was in a movie, but I didn't expect him to come back. You know, it was like towards the end of the first act, like, you know, right, like towards in the middle of the movie, he comes back so early. I was like, whoa, all right, he's already there.
Yeah. So Superman fans can rejoice because, you know, Superman comes back. After being killed, I guess, in the BVS. But the way they get there, how did you feel about that? Like, using the Mother Cube to bring back Superman. Like, what were your thoughts on that?
I'm not too familiar with the Mother Box. You know, I just know that they're a powerful force or the energy, whatever. That, you know, if you bring them all, three of them together, they can destroy planets, whatever. But I didn't know that they had so much energy to bring back life like that. You know, Superman, they use the Mother Box to bring him back. So I was like, okay, I guess we'll go with that. Like I said, you know, I'm not familiar with that. I don't read the comics or anything. And before this movie, I had no idea about Mother Boxes or anything. So I just went with the flow. I was like, oh, okay, they used the Mother Box to bring him back. Okay, cool. I was mostly, you know, more into the fact that, oh, he's back. You know, he's. But what kind of caught me off guard is that when he started to attack. The Justice League.
Yeah, he still wasn't kind of like that amnesic state. So he's kind of just what was it? So they're like, after reviving Superman, he just like busts out and he's like around that area with the memorial or whatever. and I think that was where the statue of Superman used to be or something.
Yeah,
yeah. But they replaced it with a memorial.
Yeah,
and then yeah, Superman's just standing there, and then the heroes were just trying to calm him down or whatever, like trying to like explain things and stuff like that. Like,
awful green screen, by the way. That's the part where you can tell that it's like, whoa, they're not there, all right.
Yeah,
they're in the studio or somewhere else, because that's all fake and shit, and it looks terrible.
But back on to Superman. He starts beating the shit out of him because Cyborg's like defense capabilities were like acting up.
Yeah,
and that's how the fight starts. It's like, oh, okay, like. Superman being Superman, he beats the shit out of everyone. But and then of course, Batman comes in. Not before he gets his ass kicked. He brings in the big gun, which was Lois Lane.
Yeah.
So how they were able to calm down Superman to the point where he's like pretty much back to himself after going back to the home of the Kents or whatever.
Yeah,
like
his old home.
His old home, yeah. Because his mother was like moving out, in the process of moving out or whatever. So they came back to there, and I noticed that there was the one scene in the trailer of Superman saying, "Oh, it's a yes" or whatever, because he wanted to marry Lois Lane or whatever.
Yeah,
and Lois Lane wanted to marry him.
That was cut.
That was cut out.
There's quite a few scenes from the trailer that was cut.
Yeah, I felt like that was like, I was like, really? Like they cut out that part? Like I felt like that should have been like there to like really complete, his return.
Yeah. Like
that. Oh, like, hey, I'm back. Let's marry. That would have been pretty cool. Like I never felt good. Been like a really good, like a good, like feel good kind of scene. But yeah, okay, you kind of just go off the assumption that they're back together, they're gonna marry or whatever after this. And yay, Superman's back, and they're back together. Woohoo, whatever.
Yeah.
And of course his mom comes back, and she's like, "Oh, he's my son, whatever."
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Superman's back. I was like, "Whoa, okay." I didn't expect for him to come back like that. Like, Mother Box, and really that easy? Like, Batman. Like, because before there was some conflict between, was it Batman and Wonder Woman?
About trying to wanting to bring him back, yeah.
Yeah, because like of course, Wonder Woman, doesn't want to mess with that kind of power, but Batman's like, oh, we're scientists take risks, and it's all about taking risks, to if you want to succeed or whatever situation that was.
Yeah.
And one of them was like, yeah, let's not mess with that power, but yeah. And that was like the conflict within, I guess, the morals that you will see in Justice League. But otherwise, that kind of quickly dissolves, and then it's like, okay, boom, Superman's back.
Yeah.
So, how did you feel about that part? Like the conflict or whatever. Like, how did you feel about Wonder Woman feeling that way and Batman feeling that way or whatever? Like, what? Any thoughts around that part?
No, I just thought, oh, there's some conflict going on. But in the end, they had to bring back Superman somehow.
Yeah.
Whether it would, even though it would cost them their life, which would be dumb. But at least Batman had his backup, his big gun, with him. His big guns being Lois Lane.
Lois Lane.
And lucky for them that worked.
Yeah. So, pretty. It worked pretty conveniently. Like maybe a little too easy.
Yeah.
I felt like there should have been a little more to it. But I don't know, maybe Steppenwolf should have stepped in somehow. But like, it seemed like he kind of just let that happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They also were careless about the Mother Box, and of course they were all distracted with Superman that they forgot that the Mother Box was launched up in the air after Superman was survived and crashed in the car nearby, and then they forgot about that, even though it was very important to try to guard it so Steppenwolf won't get it. And sure enough, he shows up and steals the box.
Yeah, so I
was like, that part, I was like, what the hell, all right?
Yeah. If Steppenwolf can step into the scene just so easily like that, like why didn't he do that, before, you know what I mean? Like at least like be around the area and then like, try to, fuck up that scene, that what was it, the Kryptonian ship, whatever. At least I feel like he should have known that by now or whatever. Like he should have had that much intelligence or intel around that area. Like, oh, there might be a Kryptonian ship. That could potentially be something that I can look into or something.
Yeah.
See, that's like that's where like why Steppenwolf is that much more of a lame bad guy. He doesn't do his work. He doesn't do his. He doesn't like study his area.
Yeah.
Like he did not. He's just kind of just like I want to take over the world. Like he just. Oh man, I don't know. I'm just that disappointed with it. I always look forward to the villains in these kind of movies, and Steppenwolf just sucked. Like,
there was a reason why he wasn't marketed that much.
In
the posters, in the poster for other movies, they'll show the villain and be like, oh, this is the villain. He shows up somewhere in the poster, but in the trailers too, they show more of him. But I didn't really see that much trailer footage of Steppenwolf. They didn't really show him that much. I didn't even know what he looked like. Until I saw him in the movie. I was like, oh, it looks like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. He looks evil, I guess, but...
Yeah, it
unlike, how they marketed the villain for Thor Ragnarok, they showed a lot of Hela.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Ragnarok, you see Thor, you see Hulk, you see Loki, you see the Valkyrie or whatever, and on top of the poster, boom, like fucking Hela right there.
Yeah. She's the main baddie. Like, oh yeah,
main baddie.
They have a lot of faith in her. Yeah, they're gonna market the shit out of her, and I thought she did a fantastic job in Thor Ragnarok.
She's a much better villain than Steppenwolf
by miles.
By miles, yeah. So back on Steppenwolf, not just doing his part on the intel, like not gathering information. It's just like I don't know. I feel like he's just that much more of a lame ass motherfucker of a villain. So so because of that, boom, he just steps in whenever it's convenient, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, to take the box instead of taking the box before Superman was revived in the Kryptonian ships. It's like I don't know. I mean, sure, like he doesn't know exactly what's happening, but at least he could have investigated the Kryptonian ship. Because it's still there. The people guard it for a reason. It's it's been covered off by the government or whatever for reasons. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, the last Mother box had it was in the hands of Cyborg's dad.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, he should have done a little bit more research and when he did try to find, when Steppenwolf did eventually get a hold of Cyborg's dad, it was already too late, and he couldn't find a box in time before they can revive Superman. And when he did get the box, Superman was already up, and that's pretty much everything else is history.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, it kind of at that point, like Superman coming back, it's like, oh well, we're definitely gonna know what's gonna happen to Steppenwolf.
Yeah,
but we'll later get to that, but. So yeah, but eventually, like we pretty much already explained, like, oh, Batman talks to Aquaman, and then Wonder Man talks to Cyborg, and then Barry just joins the team quite easily because he's a fan of Batman or whatever. So yeah, overall, like it was like pretty easy. Like I felt like it should have been more to it before they at least Aquaman and Cyborg join, but. Whatever, I guess it already happened. So, at that point, they get ready for the big battle, which was Steppenwolf. He finally gathered the cubes, or whatever, the boxes, and then started the transformation of the world by starting with Russia, and then there were those parts where they show that family, like the Russian family, just kind of just there. I'm like, okay, what's the significance of his family? Yeah, like I don't really see it, other than they're just kind of like this measuring stick that there's a conflict happening. Shit's gonna hit the fan. You see the family like trying to run away from the crystals or whatever as the world is transforming thanks to the boxes. They're kind of just there to be that kind of like thing in the movie, like that trope. Yeah, it's kind of just like an indicator, if you will.
Yeah.
You know, so I was like, "What? Okay, that was really the point of this family." Other than that.
Honestly, they didn't have to be there. They didn't have to add that family in the movie like at all. I don't even know why they had that family there, but yeah, I guess like I said, it's an indicator.
Yeah, it's like an indicator because like a little more towards the beginning of the movie, like you see them and then like, oh, you know, they get attacked by the bugs or whatever, and then they like, you know, lock, you know, barricade their home or whatever, and it's like, well, that's about it. It's like, okay, like, why this family? You know, I'm pretty sure there are other families that, you know, are going through similar things.
Yeah.
Why this family? You know, it's just, what's the point of that? What's the point of that, having that scene in there? It should have just added those out, cut those out instead of like, you know, putting in Superman saying yes pretty much to Lois Lane. That would have been cool, but instead you get this family, and then and you know, like we said, they could have cut those out, and then like if you suddenly see them, you know, running away from their home on the truck or whatever, it wouldn't like it wouldn't make any less sense or make any more sense, because there's just a family that are just running away. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
And why have those like leading previous scenes before with that family? You know what I mean? Like,
there was absolutely zero connection to them with the plot.
Exactly.
Like as I said before, like we were talking before, like they could have cut them out and added, you know, the other scenes that were cut off that we saw in the trailer, and it would have flowed. In my opinion, I think it would have flowed better than to have, you know, this random family, you know, show up and you know, try to survive and try to get rescued by the superhero and stuff. But they had no connection whatsoever to the plot.
Yeah, like if they had the cube or whatever, then okay, all right, that's they have some sort of purpose, I guess. They just happen to have this cube. Oh yeah, another thing about the cubes, like, don't you find it odd? Like, okay, you know, you have the Atlanteans, you know, they have it in their castle, right? And then and then what was the Amazonians, they have it in their domain or whatever.
Yeah.
But the humans, they're just kind of they just buried in the hole. Like, okay, what the fuck? Yeah.
It's like, oh, right.
All right, let's put it in the hole. Yeah. Like, okay.
Just forget about it. Yeah. No guard or anything.
Like, I at least put it in their own castle with like guards and shit. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
But it's like, just put it in the hole. Like, kind of show how like stupid humans are or whatever.
Yeah, right.
Or men or whatever they call them. All right, just put it in the hole. just bury it with some dirt, and that's it. All right, that's our answer of securing the cube. It's fine, guys.
Yeah,
it's fine. It's fine. The cube it's hidden. I thought that was funny.
Yeah,
but obviously they secured it in like the facility or whatever. With Victor Stone's dad or whatever. You know, it's obviously like controlled by the government. And, you know, it's with them. You know, but I thought it was just funny that they just bury it instead of, you know, having the guard thing or whatever. Like I said. They could have done that, but you know, especially with the green screen, they have a green screen anyway. So what's the problem? You know, I think like, you know, they could have added like a castle scene, guards, boom, that's it. That could have been way more convincing that, oh yeah, these men are trying to guard this box. They're on their end instead of all right, we're good. We're good. But anyways, yeah, back on to the climax of the battle. Sorry, I had to talk about that. It was that was bothering me.
A little nitpick right there. Yeah. I didn't really think about that, but yeah.
Yeah, it bothered me. I was just like, why? But anyways, yeah, back onto the climax. So obviously that battle's happening. You know, Batman and his Batmobile fucking shit up, I guess, against the bugs. And that's another thing. There's just bugs and really uninspired enemies as well. Like there's no like other sub villains in the movie either. No one really cool beside, or not saying Steppenwolf was like, you know, cool or anything, but there's nothing anyone else besides Steppenwolf. You know what I mean? Like
it was just him and the bug things.
Bugs. That's it.
Yeah.
No like right hand man or no like elite bodyguard or nothing.
Yeah, and then in the end, they all turn on him. Like what?
Yeah. Like just that's how he goes, really.
Because he's scared because they break his axe.
Yeah, because
that's how they defeat him. The Justice League form to fight Steppenwolf, and all they do is break his axe, and then his insect army turns on him, and he goes back to wherever he came from. I don't know if he's dead or not, but you're assuming he is.
Yeah.
But you just see him go back in the portal, and everything is good from there.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like that's how that whole battle ends. Oh, especially because it was Superman. Like you just know like he's gonna kick his ass. Like
yeah.
I mean yeah. Admittedly, the scene where Superman comes in, his entrance, it was pretty cool. Like,
yeah. Overall, I did enjoy Superman.
Yeah,
from since he woke up from the dead till his climactic battle scene with Steppenwolf. He used his X-ray, his super breath, super speed, of course.
Yeah, lasers.
His laser, him flying around, punching shit.
Yeah, fucking
shit up.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed Superman, but much better here than in BVS.
Yeah. It's him coming in, something that was pretty cool, admittedly. So obviously because they have Superman now, Steppenwolf was just done for. He's just gone, like pretty much. You just see this guy, poor thing, just getting his ass kicked, and then Superman uses ice breath, freezes the axe, and then Wonder Woman, right? That was the one who shatters it or something. Yeah, she shatters it, and now it's like, I don't have anything.
I don't have anything. I'm scared.
I'm scared.
And the insect, they feed on fear, so they turn on him. And that's it.
That's it. Like you said, that's how the battle ends. So there you go. That's your.
The actual team, the Justice League, they don't really defeat Steppenwolf. They just break his axe, and then they let his army, do the rest.
Yeah, just kind of.
And it's just like, okay, cool. All right, yay.
Yeah. Just all right.
Very anticlimactic. The action scenes were I thought they were well done, but the major flaw I had with the climax was that it was very anticlimactic, and it didn't convince me.
They didn't know how to end the battle well, so just kind of like, all right, let's have his axe break, and boom.
It was overall, it was a pretty short fight too.
It felt like a short fight.
It felt really short. I'm pretty sure it was pretty short. And,
let me check on how long the movie was.
It was an hour 59 minutes.
What was it? Hour 59 minutes,
including the credits.
Including the credits. Wow,
it was very short. Yeah,
so it's a 2-hour film.
I've heard they cut out a lot so they can try to have more movie time, more screening times in the movie theater, so you can generate more money.
Right.
That's what people are saying. And they're gonna leave the ultimate Zack Snyder cut, whatever, for the Blu-ray release.
So that's maybe where we see the trailer scenes in that movie.
Most likely, it's probably gonna be close to 3 hours.
Yeah, that's how they try to
that's how they did it with
fish
BVS.
fish out that money more with the Blu-rays, of course.
Yeah, that's what they did with BVS.
Ultimate Edition, yeah.
And they're gonna come out with Ultimate Edition for Justice League.
Yeah, of course that Ultimate Edition, gotta get it because it has these scenes. Including Superman saying yes for whatever fucking reason.
Yeah.
Like they could have included that in the movie, but instead they put that family there. Like, okay, okay, all right. If that's what you want to do, all right, that's cool. But okay, so that's pretty much it. Yeah, other than there's some scenes with Cyborg and his dad, and then Aquaman. I think he like ran away from his kingdom or something, and then he returned to his kingdom or whatever.
So to get his trident. His trident.
Yeah. And then
also try to help out to help his people guard the mother box.
Yeah, mother box. Yeah.
But ultimately, of course, they fail.
Yeah, because whatever. Because plot. Yeah, that's why. Plot, yeah. Because plot. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. I believe.
Yeah, like we said, it's a pretty straightforward film. There's nothing really that complicated to go into. Nothing deep. I really can't think of anything else that we can talk about.
Yeah, it's a pretty standard movie, like we said.
Yeah. What you think of Alfred?
I think it was pretty enjoyable too.
Yeah, Jeremy Irons as Alfred. He has that deep voice. Like,
yeah. I think he does like always, he does a pretty good job being Alfred.
Yeah.
So
I liked his Alfred.
Yeah, I like Alfred in this movie too.
I'm not sure if I like him better than the Chris Nolan's Alfred.
Oh yeah.
Played by Michael Caine.
Michael Caine, yeah.
But it's a totally different Alfred. He's a little bit more younger. You know, he
a little younger.
A little bit, not too much younger, but
Yeah.
you know, he's not an old geezer at all.
Yeah, he's a little more active. Let's just
more,
say.
yeah.
A little more
he looks
active.
more lively.
Yeah, a little more lively. Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He does a little more. He just puts more energy into.
Yeah, and he also, I like how they make this Alfred participate in what Batman does. You know, he's pretty much like a second set of eyes for Batman, and he tells him, you know, where to go, what to do. He takes care of his gadgets and his Batmobile and all that.
Yeah.
You know, when he tries to he's taking over. He takes over the walker thing, the crawler. And when Cyborg takes over, he's like, "Oh, who is this? Do I know you?"
Yeah. I see.
You know, he does have his comedic moments too.
That's something I also want to bring up. Yeah, because of that, like Cyborg, you know, he's pretty cool because of what he did in the movie too. Like he was like, you know, because he was, you know, revived by the Mother Box. You know, he's the one to defuse the Mother Box, you know, from, you know, transforming the planet or whatever. Along with Superman, of course, he helped them out with the separation. But yeah, you know, that part was pretty cool.
Yeah,
you know, I feel like Cyborg was significant in that role too. So I like Cyborg in this film all the more. You know, I think he's a really cool character in that sense. And that part where he takes over the crawler, I think that's pretty cool too. Yeah, you know, showing off more of his powers. Yeah, that he can like take over anything that's pretty much digital. So, or anything that is like a computer. Yeah, you know, he's kind of like, he can integrate himself. That's cool. That's sick. I like that. And like in the end of that fight, he even says "Booyah," which is like a Teen Titans.
Oh yeah, no, that
reference.
was cool. Yeah, Teen Titans. You know, I'm a big fan of Teen Titans. No, Teen Titans Go. Fuck that shit. No, the original OG Teen Titans with the awesome animation, awesome story, awesome characters. Yeah, none of that 5-year-old, 4-year-old Teen Titans Go shit.
Yeah, that chibi.
That fucking ruined that shit. I'm sorry, but I can't. Just hate that shit to death. Yeah. Can't believe they're making a movie out of that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Just when you think it couldn't get worse.
Of course.
I'm sorry if anybody watching it likes Teen Titans Go. I personally do not like it. Comparing it to the old Teen Titans that came out in the mid 2000s, I believe. You can't compare those, and but I'm glad they had a little Easter egg with the booyah. It wasn't the cheesy kind of like booyah, like, you know, in the Teen Titans, you know, in the cartoon they can do that, you know. Yeah. You know, he's the one that made it popular. That Cyborg from the cartoons, he made that popular, like booyah, you know, like that. Yeah. And here it was more subtle. It was like booyah. Yeah. But it was cool.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't like I was kind of scared that he would say that like during the middle of an action scene, like a very pivotal action moment. It would just be like booyah. It would like sound so cheesy, but I'm glad they handled it like they did with very subtleness.
Yeah. Or they could have, if they want to be a little more energetic about it or comical about it, they could have handled that with a little more. They could have, you know, add another humor scene, like where, you know, maybe Cyborg, you know, says like booyah a little more enthusiastically, and then maybe someone like Flash be like, whoa, like what? And he's like, oh, sorry, I kind of got into it. Like he's like he's coming back. Like, you know, it shows him that he's becoming more and more human. Like after his accident or whatever, not as dark or gloomy or whatever that he kind of was in the first, at least the first half of the film or whatever. Yeah, because you know how he was acting. He was kind of like he was acting a little more on the dark.
Oh yeah, no, he just felt like an outsider. He's just not. He just didn't want to participate. Yeah, in the league at first.
Yeah, he felt like he was like an outcast. He should like exile himself. He's not human anymore or whatever. But yeah, whatever. Like if they were to do that kind of booyah like that way, that would have been. I think that would have been a cool thing. You know.
Oh yeah. But I'm happy they did the way they did.
I'm happy with that too. Like I was hoping that they would do that somehow, and then they did that. So yeah, that's a bit of that of a fan service for the DC Teen Titans fans.
Oh yeah, like myself.
Yeah. So and of course, you know, Flash and Cyborg did the bro fist or whatever. You know. Oh yeah. Like very very quickly, but you know you see it. Yeah. Like when they were, you know, looking over the city, you're all being cool or whatever. Like at slow motion. Yeah. And what was it?
I guess we could talk about the post-credit scene.
Yes, we can.
Well, two mid-credits and post-credits, because we pretty much talked about everything that went through in the main part of the film.
Yeah.
But first, the mid-credit scene is a little also a little like take back to what happened in the original cartoons. I believe if I'm not mistaken, it was first shown in the Superman.
Yeah,
Adventures of Superman cartoon. I'm not sure if I could be wrong. It could be Justice League cartoon, but I'm like almost certain it came out first in a Superman animated series.
I think
where they did the Flash versus Superman race.
I think that was in the Superman cartoon.
Yeah,
yeah. I don't think Justice League did that.
Okay,
because they already did that in Superman. So why would they do that? And again,
okay,
because they're too busy. They're too busy being a team and fight bad guys or whatever.
Yeah.
But in Superman, it was. I think that was where it's done.
Yeah.
I don't know if Flash had its own animated series.
He didn't.
Yeah. So it had.
It was just Batman first, and then Superman.
Yeah.
And then it was always Batman. Like they did the new Batman Adventures of Batman Beyond, and then soon after that they did the Justice League.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Somewhere between. Yeah. There's Superman that animated scenes as well, or series as well. And I think at some point, Batman made an appearance. I think in the crossover.
Oh, no, he did a few crossovers in the Superman.
Yeah, and then, but Flash was in there. But anyways, it was pretty much a scene with Superman and Flash about to race each other.
Yeah,
and they're like, if you win, you buy everyone brunch or whatever.
Yeah, brunch, which is something that Flash hates.
Yeah,
he doesn't like people saying brunch.
Yeah. Because by the time you wait, it's already lunch or whatever.
Yeah,
it's just something like Flash brought up earlier, which is it's kind of funny, but it fed into that my point where Flash is that kind of character.
Yeah.
But anywho, back on here. Superman brought it up. I thought those parts were pretty funny. If you lose, buy us brunch or whatever, and then Flash is like, wait, what's his face? Oh, Bruce Wayne, I guess, told you about that, like whatever.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty funny. And what was it? Oh yeah, then about the race, and that's pretty much it. So you kind of just see them kind of run or fly or whatever.
Flash runs, of course, and then Superman flies.
Yeah.
Which is a bit different because in the cartoon they both run.
They both run, yeah.
But in this one, Superman flies.
Right. I guess that's his fastest way of his fastest way of moving. I guess was flying. Yeah. Which kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
And then the next credit scene,
the post credits,
the actual post credit scene,
very last scene.
It was pretty sick. I like.
That was cool. That blew me away. Like that caught me off guard. Like whoa.
Oh yeah. That I'm gonna explain bit by bit. So Lex Luthor was still in prison from BVS.
Yeah.
But yeah. So but you see Lex Luthor standing there in his cell. Then it was open too, so you can kind of see him just standing there with his back turned.
Yeah.
An officer approaches him like, "Hey, Luthor, hey," and then he turns around and just some prisoner. Like it was not Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
So he escapes somehow.
Somehow.
But whatever.
You never find out, but somehow he escapes.
Yeah. And then, of course, Lex Luthor is still played by that one guy from
Jesse Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah.
Eisenberg, being that Lex Luthor, so it's like fuck.
You're gonna have to get used to him, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so he's on his boat, and
his like $1 million yacht, whatever. His bodyguards and chicks around him.
Yeah, whatever. He's being himself,
drinking wine, relaxing,
being rich. Yeah.
Yeah.
He calls a certain villain, and that is Deathstroke.
Yeah.
Deathstroke looked pretty sick.
In costume.
In costume, of costume. His costume looked pretty fucking sick.
Yeah.
It looks pretty close to his comic book or whatever, or even like the Injustice games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also the Batman Arkham games.
Games, yeah. That kind of, you can kind of like compare him to those.
Yeah. He looked like spot on, like damn.
Yeah, they got him pretty spot on, and he even took off his mask and he had an eye patch and everything. Like, whoa, okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I liked him. I liked him much better when he's in the mask and everything.
Oh yeah, of
when
course.
he takes off the mask, it's like, oh, he's just some old guy. All right.
Yeah, but that's of course like that's like a universal thing. But like, overall, having Deathstroke in there was like, whoa, that's pretty cool. Like,
Yeah.
he looked pretty cool. And who did you find out who plays Deathstroke or
No, but I really don't know.
Yeah. But anyways,
Well, I didn't. I'm pretty sure he's he's a famous actor, but I didn't recognize him.
I didn't recognize him either. Yeah, I couldn't.
Yeah.
It was pretty brief, so
Yeah.
it was kind of hard to tell.
Yeah.
But overall, it was pretty fucking cool scene.
Oh, it was sick. Yeah, it was. Damn, dude.
And-
He did Deathstroke.
And then why he called Deathstroke was because it was pretty much like a leeway into him assembling his own team, because he found out about Justice League.
Yeah.
Becoming a thing. He's like, oh well, why don't we have a league of our own or whatever,
Yeah.
like a team of our own. So it's teasing towards the Legion of Doom.
Yes.
So that's
Which hopefully they will do right.
mm-hmm.
They have to do like a kind of like a movie, kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy, or like kind of even maybe they would do something like Suicide Squad, but hopefully they would do it better.
I hope they have like a actual Legion of Doom movie. But
Yeah.
that would be cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. That
Mhm.
would be awesome.
Yeah, like
But they might just do like the Legion of Doom, adding the Legion of Doom somewhere in a random Superman or Batman or the next Justice League movie.
what next DC movie? Let's
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Isn't Aquaman getting his own thing too?
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Same with the Flash. Yeah.
yeah, I think they'll like slowly like show off the villains over time.
They have to do it. They have to have Black Manta.
Black Manta,
in the Aquaman movie.
Yeah, Black Manta. Hopefully he'll make it.
Yeah.
Probably Captain Cold might be joining in as well.
Yeah.
Because that's Flash's villain.
Yeah, Flash is villain. Same with Gorilla Grodd.
Gorilla Grodd.
Yeah.
Cheetah. That's Wonder Woman's.
Yes.
Arch enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Cheetah.
Solomon Grundy. There's a lot of villains. Bizarro.
Bizarro. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot.
There's a lot of ideas.
Them, but yeah,
and,
right.
of course Deathstroke is already in there, so that's
Yeah.
that's Batman's like rival or whatever.
Yeah.
So, kind of. Oh, I guess like he could be an enemy of Cyborg too, because he was a big enemy in Teen Titans. So
Yeah.
maybe they'll tie in that Teen Titans story part.
Yeah,
but
maybe.
I'm not too sure
Maybe.
how that happened. Maybe
that could happen.
yeah, and I'm hopefully in the next Justice League movie they'll even add more heroes as well, like into the Justice League. So
Oh yeah,
maybe-
they did tease. Oh, that's another thing we didn't talk about. They did tease that in the Justice League where they they buy their own place,
Mhm.
and then Wonder Woman is like saying, oh, we can add a table here
and more chairs
and
or
more
whatever.
chairs and room for more.
Yeah,
That's
room
what she
for
says,
more.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is hinting that there are gonna, there are gonna be more heroes in the next Justice League movie, hopefully. So
Yeah.
so it's like teasing that fact.
Yeah.
So so I think they'll add even more villains.
Yeah,
too.
and you also have that flashback scene. Oh, we didn't talk about that too. The flashback
yeah.
scene with when Steppenwolf first appears, and he gets defeated by the Amazonians, and Atlanteans, and the Earth people.
Mhm.
And in that scene, which I thought was a pretty cool scene, they have the Green Lanterns fighting.
That's right.
So he's gonna show up somehow.
Yeah.
Because you see one of them die, and then you see the ring go fly off to the next chosen one.
Yeah.
So Green Lanterns is somewhere on Earth.
He's
in the universe.
Yes.
I don't know why he didn't show up in
Justice
here,
League.
but hopefully they do a
He's like
standalone.
he's like supposed to be one of the founding members of Justice League, I
Yeah,
think.
because they did the stupid Green Lantern movie with Ryan Reynolds,
unfortunately.
and I mean nothing against Ryan Reynolds because he was badass in Deadpool,
Right, yeah.
but and that Green Lantern, it didn't do well.
Yeah.
It didn't convince anyone. So. And that was kind of recent, I believe. It was like maybe like 4 or 5 years ago that it came out. So
not too long ago.
Yeah, they were like,
Well,
Green Lantern. We'll leave that later on.
For
I
later
guess.
on, yeah.
because they're just fresh off of that.
They're probably gonna like maybe reboot Green Lantern somewhere, but
They should. Yeah.
they're probably just gonna add him in the next Justice League movie rather than having his own movie.
Yeah.
Maybe, or have him in another in one of the DC
DC movies.
Yeah, maybe like Flashes or Aquaman's or something. I don't know.
I mean he has to be there because he's one of the
he's one
main,
of the main members
along with Martian Manhunter.
Martian Manhunter. Yeah, I can't wait for him to hopefully show up.
Yeah.
So, Oh, this is a kind of a humorous part, but like in the end, Superman gets his home back, right? Mm-hmm. You know, they're like moving back in. Yeah. He's gonna, for sure, like marry Lois Lane, and then Superman or Clark Kent, whatever, was like, so how did you pull it off, Bruce? And he's like, oh, I bought the bank, because the bank, was like, was the one that's gonna buy off the house or whatever,
yeah,
or take the house or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then, so yeah, he's like,
Bruce, just like that. He just, I bought the bank.
Yeah, I bought the bank. I'm rich. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's his power. I'm rich. So I thought it was pretty funny.
I'm rich, bitch.
Yeah, that's pretty much Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
The Iron Man, I guess, or Tony Stark of the group.
Oh yeah.
He's, no powers. He's rich. Mm-hmm. He's got his own suit. Whatever. Yeah. He's got his gadgets.
He's smart.
Yeah, he's smart.
He's a detective, all this technology and builds stuff and works out and all this shit.
Yeah. Pretty good at combat too on his own.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Expert.
Expert martial artist.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. I think that's pretty much it. For reals. It's a pretty straightforward movie, and but despite all the stuff that we said about the movie, it's still decent at least. Mm-hmm. It's not horrible. No, it's just like, if it was a standalone movie, it's pretty average. But if you compare it to the other DC movies, especially with Batman vs Superman, yeah, it's an improvement. Obviously,
yeah. Yes.
Wonder Woman still takes it from me right now. But let's see how Batman and all the other DC movies do, mm-hmm. and see how badass they can be.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe hopefully from there they can definitely improve upon that. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, so yeah, I think we still have our hopes up for DC. I'm still excited to see it no matter what.
Yeah.
So I am curious about the DC movies as much as the Marvel movies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So,
yeah, same.
Yeah.
I have more high hopes for Marvel because they've been killing it.
Of course, yeah.
So far ever since like I can't even remember. I can't remember the last bad Marvel movie I've seen. They've all been pretty satisfactory in my opinion.
I think
even like Above and Beyond, like that was like fucking cool. Like Civil War, the Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, even Ant-Man. I enjoyed so much. Those movies, Homecoming, and obviously Ragnarok.
Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah, Doctor Strange. I really enjoyed the hell out of those Marvel movies. Marvel is like going. They're on a roll now. They're on a fucking roll right now.
Yeah,
And DC is like, it can be cool, they did well with Wonder Woman, but they kind of sucked ass with BVS.
Yeah.
And Suicide Squad wasn't that great either, and Justice League, it could have been better. It's an improvement, but it could have been better.
It could have been better. Yeah. So yeah, but despite that, we're still looking forward to it. We want DC to do good as well.
Yeah.
We need that competitor for Marvel.
Yeah, definitely. I would say. Like historically, DC fares better with the animation, with the TV cartoons and all that.
Yeah.
And while Marvel, I don't really care about their cartoons. I don't really care too much about the TV series on Netflix either, like Daredevil, Luke Cage, Defenders. I didn't get into that. I tried to watch Daredevil, and like it was cool, but it didn't really suck me into it.
Yeah. I know there's like a Ghost Rider. There's also Punisher as well.
Yeah,
I think Punisher might be a better one. But
actually, I'm gonna watch Punisher because I've heard good things about it. So that one might be something, because I did really enjoy the trailers and all that for Punisher. It looks badass.
Yeah,
he doesn't have any superpowers, but he has all these guns. It just looks all trait of violence and and that's how the Punisher is.
Yeah, he's a vigilante.
So I'm really looking forward to that. That can probably be the one Marvel TV series that I'll get into.
Right.
But other than that, they're like, if you're comparing it to the cartoons, definitely DC.
I think when it comes to for me, when it comes to the Marvel movies, I think the least enjoyable one for me was Iron Man 3. You remember that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I do remember it kind of, and it wasn't. It was
probably like the worst. It's still like not completely the worst, but it was definitely the least enjoyable for me because of what they did to Mandarin.
Yeah.
And how I don't know the overall movie was.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. Like you think Iron Man 2 would be worse, but I actually enjoyed Iron Man 2, especially when they introduced War Machine and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Iron Man 1, of course, that's like pretty. It's like the pioneer of
Iron Man 1 was cool.
Iron Man 1. I like that. that. I really enjoyed
Iron Man 1 was cool. Yeah, Iron Man 2 I thought was okay, and Iron Man 3 I thought it was like mediocre. Like okay.
It was like mediocre.
Whatever.
It was mediocre and my least favorite out of all the Marvel movies so far.
Yeah.
So, but I think it's gonna be harder and harder as they like come out with more, because they have Black Panther. They're gonna have more.
Black Panther looks sick.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Black Panther. Obviously, cannot wait for Infinity War. As we talked before. That's like the #1 movie of the next year.
Mm-hmm.
Forget about. I'm not even excited about the Han Solo movie. I just want to go see Avengers: Infinity War. And then Han Solo is like an afterthought, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, in my opinion, they didn't really. Nobody asked for that movie. I'm still gonna go watch it, but I'm having low expectations for Han Solo. Solo, a Star Wars story.
Yeah.
Very creative there, people. But yeah, and also Ant-Man and the Wasp. Because I really enjoyed the first Ant-Man. So I can't wait for those to come out next year. And also the following year is going to be the part 2 of Infinity War. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Marvel's on a roll right now.
They're definitely on a roll. Yeah, but back on the DC. Hopefully we see more promising things. Let's see what other announcements we'll see for the DC Cinematic Universe. Whenever the Batman or Aquaman or Slash or whatever movies come out for it. Maybe they'll do more, and hopefully they'll actually be more just as exciting as the Marvel films.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Maybe at some point, hopefully they'll put Zack Snyder on the bench at some point, and they'll have other directors do these other movies as well. That's what that's what they do with Marvel, with the other movies, and they're all pretty consistent. So I feel like Warner Brothers or whatever should do the same as well. Right now Warner Brothers is kind of in trouble. It doesn't look like they know what to do. Because lately they've released these movies that have been either very good or terrible, and it's like they try to find something that'll satisfy the mass audiences, and they try to do that with Justice League, and it was like we said, it was average. It could have been a lot better, but overall it was satisfactory. But like hopefully Warner Brothers can find the way, and they can make they can try to make even with like what he did with Wonder Woman. Try to find that. Try to get to that same level as Wonder Woman, if not even better. Yeah, of course.
With their future standalone movies.
Yeah, with the other characters.
Because I know they're coming with Shazam, and that's Shazam is like a character that I don't even know. I know they made a movie from him in the 90s with Shaq, I think.
I think it was.
Yeah, it's so random, like Shaquille O'Neal. Shazam. He's gonna come out, and of course Flash, Aquaman, Cyborg are getting their own movies. I think they're gonna come out with a new Man of Steel 2 and Batman, of course, and they're gonna make Wonder Woman 2. So there's a lot coming up for DC, but I mean, hopefully, I'm just hoping they'll be
good movies. So that way
like Wonder
they
Woman.
can keep going. They're gonna be in too much trouble with the money and all that stuff.
Like how because they're in deep shit with what they're earning for Justice League. They're not getting any
as much,
any kind of good profits, because it's been lackluster. I don't think it's gonna be any better with the coming weeks. The holidays coming up, and I just hopefully they find the way.
It says here that they've almost making their money back. Like they're at 26 or 296 million.
Okay, I mean they're gonna make their money back, but it's gonna be just not what they're expecting. I don't think they're gonna break the 1 billion mark.
Oh, of course not. No.
Which is sad because BVS made 800 million, I think. I don't know how much Justice League is gonna make. Maybe in the 700 or 600s at this rate.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, we still have the Blu-rays to come out, and all the other like merchandise and shirts and whatever the fuck, So that'll hopefully help out somewhat. So,
somewhat, it should help out a little bit, but right now, what counts is the main box office revenue.
Of course.
Which, as I said before, it's not working for them.
I can see why.
It's one of the lowest grossing superhero movies.
Yep, unfortunately.
Out there right now,
Yeah. But we'll have to see what happens, and that's definitely it for our spoiler portion of this review. Thank you guys so much for sticking around to the end, and if you guys have any comments about Justice League, what do you guys think of it, or whatever, or any thoughts or comments about the movie at all, leave me down below. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. And I think there's pretty much one other movie for this year that's coming up, which is was it Episode 8 for Star Wars?
Yeah, The Last Jedi.
Last Jedi. So that's pretty much like the last review before the next the next year pops up. And and that's pretty much it for 2017 for movies. Yeah, pretty much. So we'll definitely try to do a review for Last Jedi. We'll see what happens from there. So thank you guys so much. This has been our review for Justice League. We'll see you guys in the next video. Later.